99 J.K. Rowling quotes that will change the way your imagination looks at life. If you want to know what a man's like, take a good look at how he treats his inferiors, not his equals. It is our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to our enemies, but just as much to stand up to our friends. Of course it is happening inside your head, Harry, but why on earth should that mean that it is not real? To the well-organized mind, death is but the next great adventure. It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. Do not pity the dead, Harry. Pity the living, and, above all, those who live without love. Numbing the pain for a while will make it worse when you finally feel it. Just because you have the emotional range of a teaspoon doesn't mean we all have. We are all human, aren't we? Every human life is worth the same, and worth saving. Indifference and neglect often do much more damage than outright dislike. Wit beyond measure is man's greatest treasure. We are only as strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided. He can run faster than Severus Snape confronted with shampoo. You are a prefect? Oh Ronnie. That's everyone in the family. What are Fred and I? Next door neighbors? It is the unknown we fear when we look upon death in darkness, nothing more. Not my daughter, you bitch. Percy wouldn't notice a joke if it danced naked in front of him wearing one of Dobby's hats. Books are like mirrors. If a fool looks in, you cannot expect a genius to look out. He must have known I'd want to leave you. No, he must have known you would always want to come back. You know, Minister, I disagree with Dumbledore on many counts, but you cannot deny he's got style. Let us step into the night and pursue that flighty temptress, adventure. Fear of a name increases fear of the thing itself. We do not need magic to transform our world. We carry all the power we need inside ourselves already. Why are they all staring? Demanded Albus as he and Rose craned around to look at the other students. "Don't let it worry you," said Ron. "It's me. I'm extremely famous." Dumbledore says people find it far easier to forgive others for being wrong than being right. "What's wrong with him?" croaked Fred, looking terrified. "Is his mind affected?" "Blown up a toilet? We've never blown up a toilet." "Things we lose have a way of coming back to us in the end, if not always in the way we expect." "Holy. You have the whole world of ear-related humor before you, you go for holy." Understanding is the first step to acceptance, and only with acceptance can there be recovery. "Oh well. I'd just been thinking, if you had died, you'd have been welcome to share my toilet." "It is my belief that the truth is generally preferable to lies." "Of all the trees we could have hit, we had to get one that hits back." "Happiness can be found, even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn on the light." "Youth cannot know how age thinks and feels. But old men are guilty if they forget what it was to be young." "Honestly, if you were any slower, you'd be going backward." "Ah, music," he said, wiping his eyes. "A magic beyond all we do here." "Give her hell from us, Peeves." "He accused me of being Dumbledore's man through and through." "How very rude of him." "I told him I was." "I am very touched, Harry." The scar had not pained Harry for 19 years. All was well. "The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death." "You care so much you feel as though you will bleed to death with the pain of it." "We do not need magic to transform our world. We carry all of the power we need inside ourselves already." "What did you have to imitate her for?" "She laughed at my mustache." "So did I. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen." "So light a fire." Harry choked. "Yes, of course, but there's no wood." "Have you gone mad?" Ron bellowed. "Are you a witch or not?" "Don't let the Muggles get you down." "But Dumbledore says he doesn't care what they do as long as they don't take him off the chocolate frog cards." To hurt is as human as to breathe. Accio brain. Differences of habit and language are nothing at all if our aims are identical and our hearts are open. From now on, I don't care if my tea leaves spell die, Ron, die, I'm chucking them in the bin where they belong. According to Madame Pomfrey, thoughts could leave deeper scars than almost anything else. Dumbledore's man through and through, aren't you, Potter? Yeah, I am, said Harry. Glad we straightened that out. The world isn't split into good people and Death Eaters. There is no good and evil, there is only power and those too weak to seek it. Don't worry. You're just as sane as I am. There's always room for a story that can transport people to another place. Harry was left to ponder in silence the depths to which girls would sink to get revenge. Wow, I wonder what it'd be like to have a difficult life? Said Harry sarcastically. I want to commit the murder I was imprisoned for. If you don't like to read, you haven't found the right book. I'll be in my bedroom, making no noise and pretending I'm not there. I mean, you could claim that anything's real if the only basis for believing in it is that nobody's proved it doesn't exist. Here lies Dobby, a free elf. I dreamed I was buying new shoes last night, said Ron. What do you think that's gonna mean? Probably that you're going to be eaten by a giant marshmallow or something, said Harry. Just because it's taken you 3 years to notice, Ron, doesn't mean no one else has spotted I'm a girl. Time will not slow down when something unpleasant lies ahead. Dumbledore will only leave from Hogwarts when there are none loyal to him. Whether you come back by page or by the big screen, Hogwarts will always be there to welcome you home. I enjoyed the meetings, too. It was like having friends. Yeah, someone might slip dragon dung in it again, eh, Percy? Said Fred. That was a sample of fertilizer from Norway, said Percy, going very red in the face. It was nothing personal. It was, Fred whispered to Harry as they got up from the table. We sent it. What would come, and you would have to meet it, when it did. When in doubt, go to the library. When you have seen as much of life as I have, you will not underestimate the power of obsessive love. This is night, Didikins. That's what we call it when it goes all dark like this. Anyone can speak troll. All you have to do is point and grunt. Dumbledore's army, still recruiting. Are you insane? Of course I want to leave the Dursleys. Have you got a house? When can I move in? Just then Neville caused a slight diversion by turning into a large canary. "It's not," said Harry cheerfully. "It's a letter from my godfather." "Godfather?" sputtered Uncle Vernon. "You haven't got a godfather." "By all means continue destroying my possessions. I dare say I have too many." "Killing is not so easy as the innocent believe,"